Hello, 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 my YouTube subscribers and my subscribers to be. I am the Real News Talk Show, and I'm coming to you today with the story regarding Kobe Bryant's pilot and why did it happen. Now, in my past videos, I did say that the reason I felt that it happened was because of the fact that the pilot possibly couldn't see because of the fog, and he probably did hit a mountain or a cliff. Now, my thing is that being in California, with him living in California, it seems as though he should have been aware, knowing that the mountains are high and knowing that in that foggy weather, with a helicopter not being as strong as an airplane, they should not have flown in that fog. But again, he would not have flown in the fog if the air controllers would have warned him, don't go. And I know he probably was under pressure because of the girls wanting to, go and play for their game and practice and get ready for the game or whatever. But he should have followed his first mind, you guys, because as I've been listening to the news, they were saying that helicopter, it didn't have like safety. It wasn't safe enough to fly in fog of that type. Well, in California, I don't even want to drive in the fog because, you never know if you're going to run over a cliff, or that fog is thick. And especially when you're up high in mountains, the fog is thick. I recall driving up to Lake Tahoe. You know how you go up the mountains in Lake Tahoe and all that snow in the mountains, and people have skidded off the mountains. And I mean, it's something when it comes to cliffs, height, and mountains, and snow on slippery roads. And it's just all sorts of things you have to really watch out, because you are in California and everything has mountains, you guys. It's everywhere. So you really, really, really have to be careful, and especially in snow and fog. I mean, I recall seeing people driving in the snow without the chains on their car, doing 70 and 80 miles an hour. I'm like, what are they thinking? So, the pilot just didn't think to take it up on his own. When they circled around 3 times, if he just would have probably followed his first mind, because he did try to radio in to them, and he should have just followed his first mind. And I don't think on the helicopter they had enough radio for him to hear, for them to hear him, because of the altitude of where the helicopter was flying. If it was flying too low, I don't know if they could reach him. Somehow they lost touch of him trying to get into them. You see? But I still say the air controllers they should have told that pilot, do not go. We're warning you. Do not fly, because the LA Police Department, they're grounded their helicopters. The fog is too thick. And when you get in the fog, the mountains are too high, and you may hit a cliff not knowing which direction you're going. How devastating. And everyone's still talking about it because everybody just was like, wow, why didn't they tell them not to go? And my heart reaches out to Vanessa, and I understand that she did get on Instagram to let everybody know how she really, really appreciated all the love and support that she's getting from us. And I thought that was really big of her, because of her suffering at a time like this. And I feel that when she got on Instagram and she's speaking out now, that's healing for her. That's helping her through her grieving process. Because the more she probably talked to people that loves her, and the world was really giving her the condolences for her and her girls, this is helping Vanessa through her grieving process. So let's continue to pray for the family of Kobe Bryant's parents. Even though they said he and his parents didn't get along and this and that, it still doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If somebody never got along, it's still his blood, his mother and his father and his siblings. That will never change. So my heart reaches out to those people as well as the other people that was on the plane. Let's not forget them, because oftentimes when you're dealing with a celebrity, they can overshadow all the other people that are injured. But it was 3 teenage girls and a host of adults that was only doing their parental jobs and showing love to the children, really supporting the children. And they all perished. So devastating. Also in Houston, Texas, my prayers go out to the family of those. There was a plant that blew up, and oh my God, it was 2 guys that went in to work out early, and they perished. And what really, really touched my heart was when one of the guys that was injured said, if the cops did not stop him about his registration, he would have been dead. So he had a patch over his eye, the bomb exploded. He said he thought someone had just hit his car. But if the police would not have stopped him that morning, he saw his friend, one of them that died, at the front door of the building. My Lord, was God with him. But like he said, that stuff is still in his mind. He'll never get over that. Seeing your friend at the front door and then bam, an explosion. Oh my God. And really, someone was saying the company is really not, really speaking too much about it. But like he said, those cops saved his life. That cop that stopped him, and he was able to still go, but he would have been there right inside or right at the door when he saw his friend. They could have been just standing at the door talking, and he would have also been blown up in that not bomb, but in that explosion. And he was saved by the grace of God. And to see it, I can imagine that sticking in his mind. And so he just had, I think it affected one of his eyes. I hope it didn't put his eye out, but his face was all messed up. He thought someone had ran into his truck, and he didn't know what happened because he saw his friend at the door, and the next thing he heard was a big boom. And it just really, really tore him apart. It really did. So, as I said in other videos before, it could have been worse for Kobe Bryant and his daughter because of the fact that it could have been the whole family. It could have been the other victims, some of their family members. It could have been, it couldn't have been more because I think the helicopter only held 10 people. It could have been one more person, or it could have been just all Kobe's family. You see what I'm saying? So people think of it in like just for Kobe and Gigi, his Gianna, but it could have been Kobe, Vanessa, Gigi, his baby, his other oldest daughter. It could have been all of his family, but thank God it wasn't. And I was praying about that because someone came out, I think it was a news reporter, saying that his daughters was on that plane. That was devastating. I think he got suspended for that or something of that sort. And people was just really, really being negative about it before. Even TMZ. Remember TMZ came out with it and they got bashed for reporting this before the police could even identify the bodies, you guys. And like today, I was talking to a group of ladies and they were like, well, they said they found 9 bodies. Did they really find the bodies? And I told them they probably meant identifying the bodies of the individuals. Identifying them through dental records, identifying them through wardrobe, identifying them through anything that was left to identify that these were the people on that plane. My God, my God. I was just wishing, I said, oh God, please let it not be true. Let it be a dream. Let it just not be true. Let it be just a nightmare that everybody all at one time had this big nightmare, and let it not be Kobe and his family. My God, can you imagine waking up the next morning and Kobe being a tall stature of a person, 6'6" or something like that, and you remember seeing this big stature, this handsome man every day, and you seeing him on TV, and then now you don't see him anymore? That's very painful to the world. It really is. But you know what? There are some people that there's some people that I've asked, well, how do you feel about Kobe? And some people are just so negative. They go, oh, he was arrogant anyway. I feel for the other people on the plane, but I don't give a damn about Kobe. He was very arrogant and this and that and that and this. And I said, but one thing about him, he was a family man. And I praise him for it, because to see a man that loved his kids like Kobe did, I mean, I love a man that loved his children. Like I told this person that was saying that, I said, well, look, I said, even when Kobe made his mistake, he knew how to be a man, and he went back to Vanessa in a proper manner to redeem his wife. Now, there are many men out there that have broken up and have done things with their wives. Then they'll go home and scold her as if it was her. Not Kobe. Kobe apologized to his wife. He kept his family together. He was the type of man that made Vanessa forget all about what he did, because he wanted to redeem his family. And I admire him for that. Because oftentimes men are not with their families, and you know why? Because they didn't know how to go back and redeem their wives. A lot of men have done wrong, and I've heard of this, and they'll go home and say, oh, you was out playing around on me, and knowing it was them the whole time. And then so when the woman breaks up with them, that type of man wouldn't even go back and try to redeem his family. He'll still try to make her think that it was her playing around on him, when in fact all the proof shows that it was him. So when all that proof came out that it was Kobe and that situation or whatever went down, him and Vanessa, they handled that in first class, because she continued to love her husband. She had 4 beautiful girls for her husband. And as I said before, I think I said in 2 or 3 videos, I hope Vanessa kept some sperm at the sperm bank, so hopefully there can be some little boys of Kobe running around. I really, really do. I really hope they did that. But again, like I said, I doubt it very seriously, because Vanessa was the type of person who wanted to carry her own babies. But who knows? We could have a surprise. I hope there's a surprise that Vanessa pops up pregnant and it's Kobe's baby and it's a boy. Wow, wouldn't that be something for the world to see? Another Kobe. That's just my wildest dreams, you guys. I really wish that would happen. That would be just, to me, that would just, oh, it would make me feel so much better, you know, because it would be like he finally got that boy. However, he was so proud to have a girl that was good on the basketball court, a girl that was going to be a star like him, a girl that loved her daddy like she did. And that same girl went with him. That same girl that Kobe was helping his daughter, Gigi. They stood together and they died together. And that didn't mean that Kobe didn't love all of his girls. But my mother always told me, it was 8 of us and I'm the 7th sibling. She said, I don't care what anybody say. There's always going to be one that draws to the parents more than the other ones. It does not mean that they don't love them all the same. It just means that it's just one that actually gives them that feeling of what they want to feel as a parent. One that comes to them more than the other one. You know, you may have some kids that stands back and not be, you know, forward to the parents. And they're in the background, you know, so it doesn't mean, and parent have to reach out to them all the time. And then you have others that'll reach out to the parents all the time. So there's always one. And Gigi was that one. She was that one. Every time you see a picture online, Gigi was with her daddy. And it was just so beautiful to see. But you guys, I still say those air controllers should have stopped them when the police department helicopters were grounded. Why didn't they ground all of the helicopters? All of them. You know, the air controllers should have said there will be no helicopters flying in this air today, or until that fog went away. That didn't happen. So as a result of letting them go ahead after they circled around and waited their turn in line to go off into that fog, like everyone say, it was air controllers, because that helicopter wasn't equipped to be flying in no fog like that. You know? And so now all this stuff is coming about that helicopter wasn't this, it wasn't that, it wasn't this, it wasn't equipped, it wasn't safety. It had some safety gaps. You know, it was just, oh my God. And so therefore people were saying, well, it was the pilot's fault. In a way it was, but on the other hand, it wouldn't have been if the air controllers would not have let them fly out that Sunday morning in that fog. But with that, you guys, it is what it is. We have to pray for Vanessa, her family, his family, and friends, and everybody that love Kobe, and especially, like I said, the NBA players, because you know they're grieving, and we have to move on. I'm going to end my show, so please click like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be coming back with more. And this is the Real News Talk Show. Talk to you later. Bye.